Next one. Okay. I love these questions because this really gets to the heart of the matter. It says, Carmen, I want to walk away from my home. I'm so pissed off. I feel like stripping it of the appliances, fixtures, etc. What do you think? What do I think? I don't think it's a very good idea. I don't want to say the guy's name or where he lives because I don't want to incriminate anybody on it. But I don't really think that's a good idea. Ultimately, I've heard of people taking everything down to the light panels, for the electric socket panels. What are you going to do with this stuff? I mean, can you sell it on eBay? I don't know. What are you going to do with it? If you take the stove, how much of a hassle is it going to be to take that stove out, move it to a storage unit where you're going to pay storage, or move it somewhere else? I don't know. To me, is it worth it? If you're upset and you want to take the ceiling fan and you want to put it in the next place, or you're going to sell it to your neighbor Bob or your sister Gloria, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you can't take a ceiling fan that you purchased and installed. I wouldn't leave the wires exposed. I would try to put something else back in there, like a fixture that was originally there, that when you bought the house, or something similar, so that there's no exposed wires. I would want to make sure it was done properly so that there's no electrical problem for the next person who gets into the house or could cause an electrical fire. Those are the issues that worry me more than anything else. I mean, I don't want to see somebody get accused of arson because they failed to properly unwire a ceiling fan. It's not worth it. I mean, it's silly. It comes down to being petty. Now, granted, on the other hand, let's say the mortgage company was just a jerk to you. They wouldn't work with you. Not that they have to, but they wouldn't work with you. And basically said, get out of our house. I get that. And I understand that, where's the help when you need it? I've heard all the arguments, folks, and you're not going to change my opinion on this. You still have to be nice. There's nothing wrong with being nice. And in this situation, it's kind of hard because I understand this guy's frustration. He just wants to take the place, tear it apart, and say, you know what? You should have worked with me. That's the message he's going to send. But the reality is what do you get from all that? You get a bunch of junk in a storage unit that you're paying a storage unit for? That's never made sense to me. Or, you've done something that you may regret later on in life. Say, you know what? Anger overrode logic. And logic usually is a better emotion or lack of emotion than anger. Acting on anger, in other words, is not always the best way to do it. Because I don't want to say something or do something that you might regret later. It's just a house. Life goes on. Again, mortgage problems, debt problems are speed bumps in the road of life. We get beyond it, we move on, and a couple of years from now, life's different.